Hello everybody and welcome to this week's New at 2.
Hi, it's Jan and Kaylin coming to you from the Oklahoma City Be Sew Inn. And this week we wanted to show you something that is really useful. It is how to split a design in software, in Palette 11 software, so that you can stitch it out on a Venture with the jumbo frame.
Yes, and what you guys will see is that it's super easy to do both in Palette, and then it walks you through it and uses things like the camera and the positioning stickers on the machine.
So right now you're looking at the Palette 11. We have a window open.
So this is just the kind of open, a new design screen. It's just empty here. If you notice, it's a 4x4 hoop. If you look here at my ruler across the top, I've got 4 inches. So the first thing we need to do is we need to just open our design. So,
and which design did you pick?
Well, I can show you. What we'll do is we'll go to open, and I like to keep things relatively organized. So on my desktop I have a folder that is just called embroidery files.
Oh, that's vast.
I thought, well, it is. But I do have my OESD February 2025.
Oh, so it's a new design.
So these are brand new. So one thing that's nice for those of us that sell OESD is they send them to us a little bit ahead of time, so that we can stitch them out for you guys to see.
Right, so that you can get excited about.
So this
buying
one's not
some of these
actually,
new designs.
that's right, this one's not actually even available to you guys for just a little bit more time. But what we're picking is there's the Adventure Together Jumbo Design. OESD has been doing some really beautiful jumbo designs lately. And this one, you can see a tiny preview here. And it's only showing me the PES because that's going to be the most easily read by my palette. But OESD does give you all the file types. But I don't need any others. I just need my PES. So I'm going to hit open. And I'm going to say I don't need to save changes to just that empty.
Okay, so now I noticed that your screen changed. It's not a 4x4 field anymore. That ruler changed at the top.
Right. So
because that's not a 4x4 design.
Right. So it actually it went ahead and grew here.
And it knew how to do that without you telling it?
Well, no, I did a little bit of prep work before you guys were here. So what you'll see, and so let me show you what you would see if it had not been. Oh, we don't need it quite that small. So let's say it had left that 4x4, and I'll walk you guys through what I did here in a second.
Oh, yep.
This is what I actually saw when I first opened it before I did my kind of prep work for you guys. Yeah, if you just want the big word, but all you would have is Ventu, with an arrow. So this is what I actually originally saw because it had defaulted to my 4x4 frame, but of course the design is much larger than that.
But you can go in and pick which frame you want.
Well, yeah. Now, so I've got options, right? I could, of course, if I really wanted to make this too tiny to really see, I could shrink this down to a 4x4 field, but I don't want to do that. What we're doing here is that we want to stitch this all at once in its original size.
Okay, so but before you go on, we're doing this on the Venture 10 needle.
Yes.
And its largest frame that comes with it is?
It's about like 11 and like 5/8 by 8.
And this design is bigger than that.
Oh, you know what? I think it's actually up to 14 inches by 8 inches.
Right. But this design.
But this design, yeah. So in order for us to do this design, we actually have to split it to do it on our 10 needle.
So simply having the jumbo frame will not allow you to be able to split it. You have to have the software to split the design, and then it works in the jumbo frame.
Now you could do something where you stitch an individual design on one half and then flip it around and do an individual, just like a multi-positionable
But to split a design, it requires software.
So yeah, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it what hoop I'm going to use. So if I look up here, I've got my little icons, and one of them looks like a little hoop. I'm going to click on that, and what you'll see is at the top here I have 2 machine types. I have a flatbed and I have a multi-needle, and it's going to populate the known hoops depending on which one I click.
Okay.
So I'm going to click my down arrow, and I'm going to come down here to 14 by 14, and you'll notice it actually says jumbo frame there. Okay. And then really all I need to do is say okay, and give it a moment here to load. And it's going to repopulate it, and it's actually going to adjust the zoom amount as well.
I like that.
And so what I'll see now is if I look across my ruler, it's gotten much smaller, like you say. It's 14 inches across now. I don't know if you can see 7 and 7 there. But a more important aspect of this right now is if you were to look, you'll see these dashed outlines going around the top. See how they overlap each other, and a dashed outline going around the bottom half. This dashed outline is just around the design itself. But these here and here
The two halves.
are the two halves, the two hoopings. Okay. Now, in some softwares, I would need to tell it to split, and then I would have to manually line it up on the machine.
Really?
Yeah, because other softwares can split a design, but only Palette with the Baby Lock machines can do it in a way that's going to make it just as easy on the machine as it is in the software, and you guys will see that in a minute.
So it does all the hard work for you.
It's doing all the hard work for me. And so what I'm going to do, once I've pulled up the 14 by 14 hoop, if you want to recolor the design, of course you can, just by clicking on whichever step it is that you want to recolor. It'll change my menu up here for what I need. I'm going to say change color. I have selected the Madeira Poly Neon thread, but you've got all kinds of options depending on what brand you prefer. And let's say I wanted it to be pink. Okay, so I can change it here to pink if I want. I can change it to really any color that I think would be fun. Now, of course, as I've said before, the machine doesn't know what thread you actually have on there. This is just for your visualization, but whatever you like, you can help visualize here.
And so, since that was so easy to bring that in and tell it it's going to be split in that jumbo frame, now what do we do so that we can take it to the machine?
So now I just need to save this. And it's not just that I'm saving the new colors, it's that I'm also saving the hoop information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to my little flower, my file, and I'm going to go to Save As, because I don't want to overwrite the original file.
No, or this is a secondary file.
Right, and I'm actually going to save this to my desktop. That's just my preference because it's easy to find.
Yep, I'm right there with you.
And I'm going to write
Don't hide it from myself.
Jumbo Hoop Sample, just for my own, whatever naming it you want is fine. And we want to keep it as a PES. So we've got our name, we've got our PES, and we're saving it to the desktop.
Okay.
I'm going to hit save.
Okay.
Okay. And then what I need to do is, oh, you're in the way of the drawer here. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to grab, apologies everybody, Jan is having to kind of stretch around me here. I'm going to grab a flash drive here.
Probably should have had that out already.
And yes, I should have, but I didn't. So we get to
find the scissors to open it.
Okay, we'll be right back, ladies. Okay, so I've got my flash drive now. Sorry about it being in the packaging still. And I'm just going to put this in the side of my computer. I'm going to minimize my palette. And I'm going to find my file. It's just right here. Because I have really so many different digitizing programs on here, it shows me a preview of what the actual file looks like.
Yeah, I like that.
So I can quickly and easily see. And I'm just going to drag and drop it onto my USB. And now we're just going to take this over to the Venture.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to show you how to put the jumbo frame on the Venture.
Okay.
This is the box that it comes in. It is the ENJF
Jumbo frame.
jumbo frame. It's a 14 by 14.
Okay.
And just kind of as a comparison, this is the frame. Sorry, I got it piled up there. This is the largest frame that comes with the machine.
Okay.
But so you can see the difference, we've got it hooped up
Yeah. Yep.
because it has to be able to split that design.
Yep.
So simply owning the frame does not make it possible for it to split the design. Software splits the design.
That's in the software. That's right.
But you have to use a different arm with it.
Okay.
This is the A arm, and the machine comes with an A arm
And a B arm.
and a B arm. And a lot of people are like, why do you have a B arm?
It's not for very many hoops. But
It's not for very many, but you do have to have it. And they give you the arm so that when you get the other hoops, you can switch that out.
Okay.
So if you can come in here a little bit closer, Kaylin. The screws that are back here that hold the A arm
Yep,
on.
we have this one.
And this is a screwdriver that comes in your little toolkit.
It's like a multi-tool. It's
Yep.
super neat.
It
And
is
while she
super
does
neat.
that one, I'll come around
Can't see
because
them.
there's also, if you guys can see it because her hand is on it, but there's the other screw right there. I'm in her way. I'm going to scoot back.
I'm sorry, I can't see. It's behind everything.
So while she does that, so the machine comes with different arms or kind of jigs for the different frames. So the A arm is going to fit most of the frames. The B arm fits some of those extra large frames. But another thing to think about is you're going to have this jig is going to be for your hat hoops because it's actually going to allow it to rotate. This jig right here is actually going to be for your magnetic hoops because these are going to attach to here. And so you've actually got a lot of different arms or frame holders.
So this is me taking the A arm off. You're not taking this screw out. This is the screw that makes it so you can have the different widths of frames.
Right.
So it moves this way, but it's these two smaller screws that are the ones for
hold the frame in place.
Hold the frame on. So then I'm going to take this, and then another little trick in case you didn't know this, on the middle of the back of the hoop, there's a little peg right there.
Yep.
You see that?
Oh, hold on. We're not quite. There it goes.
That peg right there?
Yes.
And if you look back here, there's a hole.
Oh no, I'm not doing it. There it is.
Right there in the middle.
Yep.
So instead of trying to figure out left to right where it's supposed to go, that peg goes in that hole.
Okay.
And if you do that, it gets on there super easy every time. Only took me like, I don't know, a year to figure that one out.
Well, you know.
And then you're going to put these screws back on.
And these should be more than finger tight. She's doing them finger tight to start with, but you should always tighten them down with that screwdriver that came with.
Right, because if it jiggles and wiggles itself loose,
you don't want that.
No, it's going to make a mess.
I've never actually done that one. That's not an Ask Me How I Know. So luckily.
We got that all taken care of?
Okay.
All right. We also happen to have the extension table on this machine, which is
highly recommended.
I think you're going to see why that's so wonderful. I'm going to actually take it off for a second so that you can see why we want it on there. This is an option of something you can add to your table. It can hang down to get it out of your way. Or if you don't want it on there at all, you can take it off.
Yep.
I'm just going to let it hang down for right now. But when I put this hoop on, and there's not a right or wrong when you first put it on because it can go on either direction.
Unless you have a project on there.
Yeah, if you already stitched out half of it, then you got to turn it around.
Right.
But you see how this is
flippy floppy.
A little bit flippy floppy?
Yeah, it's
because
big.
It is big.
Frame.
And the arm only comes out to, the free arm only comes out to right there.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I were to take this table now,
and now
it's
we've
supporting
got
that big hoop.
Yep, absolutely.
So it's not just that it's supporting the hoop, but if your project is bigger than what the hoop is, it helps support the weight of that.
Right.
So this extension table is a huge plus for using a big hoop like this.
Very good.
Okay. So Kaylin, I think we're going to switch sides now.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now I've got my flash drive with my design on it. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in the side of my machine here. And then I'm going to go to that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see it's right here. It's my very first, well, it's my only design on here right now. That's just the information about the flash drive. So what I'm going to do, and if you can get in on that a little closer. There we go. Do you see how there's a 2 right there?
I do see that.
So that's telling me this is 2 designs because it's split.
Okay.
Right? So what I've got is my design here and then my 2 split pieces. Okay? So I'm going to select the first one. Right?
Makes sense.
Do the top first. And I'm going to hit set. And I'm going to go to embroidery. And it's going to let me know what colors it needs me to put on what spools here. But I'm a big fan of the magic wand.
Me too.
And so my black,
it's that love of Cinderella.
Will come from 6. That must be what it is. My purple, let's see, I don't have a purple on there. So we'll just do a lighter blue, which appears to be spool 10. We've got that blue. Oh, heck, let's make it pink instead. We'll do 3. My black, I do want that to be nice and dark, so we'll do 9. And I'm just looking over at what
we already had on here.
We'll do 9 for that one also. And then we do have a different pink. We got a beautiful burgundy up there that we'll do. Okay, so that's just me saying these are the colors.
And we'll have to remember those when we go to the next half of this.
We'll figure it out. I think it'll keep those, but we'll find out. But yeah, I'll know which ones I like.
Oh, you know what I'm noticing? There's something ghosting in the background on this machine that we had scanned.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, here, we can get rid of that.
Let's show how to do that.
Okay, so if you look here, we've got that lore. If you look, that was from something we were showing somebody on how to find.
And it's ghosting in the background there. And because
we don't need it anymore.
We don't need it anymore.
So we'll go to our settings, which is down here. And we're gonna go to basically your background image. So we've got background display image, and I'm just gonna hit delete.
Because we don't need it on there
We're
anymore.
done with it. I could have just turned it off as well if I just needed it off temporarily, but now it's gone.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to have you notice, I'm going to come in close. Look at how the whole word adventures
It's split.
split in half.
I promise you guys, you will not be able to tell where it's split when it's done.
I can't wait to show them that.
So we're going to go ahead and let this stitch, and we'll be back to show you what we do when we are ready to turn it around and flip it to the other side.
Right now we're just going to sew.
Okay, so we have finished embroidering the top half of the design. You'll notice my lights are kind of flickering.
That's their indicator.
It's an alert, right? Something is up, but it's a good something, right?
It is good something.
No empty bobbin this time. And now it's going to automatically populate embroider the next segment.
Okay.
Right there. If I say cancel, I'm done. It's not going to go back.
Okay, so don't hit
So I'm
cancel.
going to say, okay, I do want to embroider in the next segment. It's going to give me very clear instructions here saying, please set the positioning mark within red line, then press OK. Machine will move after pressing OK key. So you notice here, I don't know if you can see it all that well,
Yeah.
but I have actually drawn on the screen the shape of what my positioning sticker looks like.
Well, you didn't draw it on the screen. The screen automatically put that on there.
Yeah.
You made it sound like you drew
Oh,
it.
I'm sorry. And this is a live feed. Okay. There's
Okay.
my fingers.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I need this sticker.
So I'm going to stay here. I'm going to angle this a little bit so you can.
I need my sticker to match the orientation of that drawing.
So she's taking the positioning sticker,
So
which
I'm going to
comes
flip
in
it
your,
upside down.
It's in the
It comes with the
package
hoop.
with the manual. It also comes with the hoop.
And it comes with the machine itself.
And so
the positioning sticker.
I want show them where you're going to move over there onto the fabric, and then I'm going to show over here. That's where she's lining it up underneath there.
You got to be patient with yourself because you really want it. And you'll notice there's a small part and a big part. I want the small circle pointed down.
And you just need it to match what the screen shows.
And the big circle pointed up. And you notice it fits in that box, okay?
And if it didn't, it would not do what it's supposed to do.
Well, but right. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
If you don't put the sticker in the right place,
You
then
want
it's
it
not
within
going.
the bounds of that box.
Right.
Yeah. So now if you'll cast out here,
Yeah, see,
you can see it's partly over.
but that's not going to
the
shine
design.
that red line that you saw on,
No,
you saw on the screen.
that's only on the screen.
Right, only on the
Mhm.
screen.
So I'm going to hit OK. And it's going to recognize that sticker. I'm going to take a step back. It's going to turn on my live camera to scan where that sticker is. Okay. And now it says positioning mark recognized. Please rotate the frame, then press OK key. Machine will move after pressing OK. Important. Don't take the fabric out of the hoop.
Yeah, nope.
Okay. So I'm going to remove
Take
my
the hoop off
here,
of the machine.
and I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. Okay. I'm going to slide it back on here. Slide it into position. Make sure everything is
Yeah, making sure everything's tucked underneath
tucked
there.
underneath. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm not removing my sticker. I'm just going to press OK. Now, this is all automatically built in because I did it through the palette.
Right.
It automatically knew I needed to do the positioning sticker. It automatically prompted me to use it. I didn't have to tell it I was connecting designs. It is very nearly foolproof. Okay, so now it says positioning mark recognized. Please remove the positioning mark,
so-
then select.
So take that
So
off.
I do want to take this off because I don't want that stitched into my design.
Nope.
These are reusable, so I like to just pop them right up there.
Very good.
Okay, and then we're going to say,
Okay.
okay. And now it's going to prompt me to pick the next design. Now, if you tap this one, it's going to say, oh, it can't use that one. That's because it knows
It already did that
that's
one.
the first one. So I'm going to tap the second one instead. You'll notice it's upside down. That's because we flipped this 180 degrees when to do the bottom half.
So
I'm gonna
you don't
say
have to
set.
go in and flip your design. It knows to do that.
That's right.
I like when the machine is smart and it figures that stuff out.
I do like it as well.
Now you need
Okay,
to
so
get
now I
your
just
colors.
have to remember what colors I did, which is no problem because I can just look here and see. So I did 6 for that because I've got my little preview here to show me what I actually used. I used 10 Okay, for the arrow. Now this one, the world is kind of my oyster because it doesn't connect to anything. But it did the blue ones, and I did that pink for that one. So we'll keep doing the same pink. We need my beautiful little details, and we did 9 for that. Oh, that's 6. I stand it on my head. And then these are going to be some more of our outlines, which we did 9 for that one as well. And then I picked that beautiful burgundy color that I have on spool 1 for that last color. Okay, and so now we're just going to unlock, and we're just going to let it stitch out the next design. And what's cool is you truly can't tell where it is connecting to, or where the split was, I should say, when it's all said and done. So we'll let this stitch, and then we'll come back and show you the finished design.
Okay. Okay, so it's finished embroidering.
Okay, let's see it.
Look how pretty it is.
Oh, look at that. Let's go on adventures together.
Right. So you can do a bigger than the hoop size when you have palette 11 to split your design and be able to make it big. I love that. So we had mentioned this is the jumbo frame.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to follow you.
This is the jumbo frame, the ENJF.
Yep.
This retails for $450.
Okay.
And we are doing a special on this one this week, and this week only $300. So if you, it only is going to fit the 10 needle.
Okay.
This does not fit on the 6 needle or the single needle Capella.
Okay.
But if you have a 10 needle, this will work on Venture, Valiant, Enterprise.
That's the 3 it shows on the front.
Right. So if you had one of those models of machines, and to get the full use and range of this, then Palette 11 software is a wonderful tool. It is excellent digitizing software, editing software, and splitting design software. So great thing. And of course, that was one of those new designs from OESD.
Yes.
So if that's something you're interested in, that one's coming up in February. So we're glad we got to show you that one real quick.
Absolutely.
So if you have any questions about how to split a design or how to use some of the different tools we've talked about, any one of us at the stores would love to help you out with that. We of course have guide classes on how to use a multi-needle machine.
Yep.
And this is one of those things that we can certainly talk about during a guide class as well. So what kind of freebie do you want to give away today?
I think we should do thread so people can stitch out their split designs.
That's right. So this is a wonderful set of trending colors from Floriani. This one's called a Tapestry of Curiosity. Love all those beautiful colors.
Bright rainbow
so
colors.
This one has a value of $60.
Nice.
And if somebody out there wants to like, share, or comment on our Facebook video about New It Too, then you will be one of the winners of this wonderful thread set.
The one lucky winner will be drawn from all those people that like,
and
share,
I know
comment.
we've got lots and lots of people watching it. I see how many people watch the videos. It is so much fun to see. We're getting up over like 2,000 watching the videos.
That's great.
But you got to like, share, or comment. We don't have 2,000 people like, sharing, and commenting. So your odds are still pretty good until people want to participate in that.
That's true.
But it's a great way to win a fun prize every week.
Okay.
So what are we going to have on sale? We already know we have that wonderful jumbo frame on sale. And we also are going to put boxed Floriani sets 25% off.
Okay.
And that's going to be through next Tuesday. The like, share, or comment is through this Thursday at 5 p.m. and then we'll do that drawing. Just a reminder, we have other events going on, things like the Barb Lewis Serger event. There's still some seats available for that. We also have introduced the, is it Ann Moore? Ann Moore ruler work class. And
that one is also close to full.
It's close to full as well.
On that one.
And we'll have other events coming up in the near future. And then right around the corner is February Club. So if you haven't participated in Club, we'd love to have you join us for that. If you're not an Emerald member, you can sign up for that as well. There's so much fun going on at Be So In World. I can't even keep up with all of it. But thank you for joining us this week. Kaylin and I have had a wonderful time showing you a really neat trick that you can do on this machine. We will see you again next week. Thanks for joining us at Be So In's New It Too. Bye.
Bye.